Of course, we may use all that mystical symbols, okay, in a physical way. I mean, create some picture, let us say, just take piece of paper and draw something, or we can make it as a jewelry stuff, or we can make a classical yantra, like, which is the from 5 metals, yeah. And also one of the traditional it's actually a traditional approach, okay, when in Hindu Tantra and the Buddhist Tantra, when they practice fire ritual, what we call homa, yagya, or Agni Puja, so ritual or fire ceremony, then, you know, they keep this fire in certain place, which we call homakunda in Sanskrit. And a classical homakunda is, okay, some in the shape of just a square, okay, they keep fire, and then you chant special mantras, put some oil and, okay, some different materials there, and it's extremely powerful. But sometimes this homakunda can be in the form and the shape of, you know, not only square, but circle, semicircle, 5-point triangle. And especially a great example is Pilot Babaji, very famous, really famous yogi, Himalayan yogi. Just his big size, huge size pictures in front of me. Later on I'll show it to you, but now I just want to show to our viewers that's Pilot Babaji, because my friends, they actually the Sai devotees, and at the same time the Pilot Babaji disciples. So it actually by the way, in this very apartment, okay, when Pilot Baba come to Florida, he's staying just here, yeah. And at least once in a year, Pilot Baba, he organized a huge fire ritual. It's normally Guru Purnima, it's July, and according to the lunar calendar, it can be whatever, beginning or middle or end of July, and it's the main festival when people in Vedic tradition worship to the gurus, any kind of masters. And it's sometimes 3 days, sometimes 5 days fire ritual. It's amazing. I participated in this kind of rituals few times in his ashram in Himalayas, and his main ashram is in Nainital. Nainital is it's in the Himalayas, beautiful nature, and it's very important for the Kriya Yoga as well, because Lahiri Baba, he spent a couple of years in Nainital. So when Pilot Baba organized this kind of ritual, he put like let me see, some 9 homakundas, so 9 fires in one place, and each fire, each homakunda, okay, this may have different shapes, you know, like square, circle, semicircle, triangle, this kind of triangle, other kind of triangle, 5-point star, 6-point star, and a huge ancient science, which is, in a sense, even not logical one sometimes, and why, okay, this Homakunda, it has this shape, and in another one another shape. And if you ask this kind of question, sometimes verbally it's even impossible logically to explain, because another great mystic, who is Ganapati Sachidananda Swami from Mysore, and whom I know for years and years. And normally when he come to the United States, normally he has actually he's visiting Texas and California, because he has a big centers there, even ashram, and I think Chicago also. Yeah, okay. And sometimes he is performing different kinds of rituals, using different kinds of mudras, yantras. And then people ask him, okay, Swamiji, why was this yantra, why was that mudra? And his answer is that, okay, no logical explanation for that. Okay, it means that when we want to to know why, we want explanation, and we we say, well, it's a science. Yoga is a science, like Kriya Yoga, or Yantra Yoga, or whatever. Astrology is a science. And we think that, what does it mean science for the Western people? It means absolutely logical something, which is, I know with the help of many medics, and I may prove and explain this to you in the same logical way. But when we speak about scientific approach for the esoteric knowledge, it's esoteric knowledge is a science, but it's a very special one, which includes intuition, mystical vision, mystical experiences, and sometimes even how to use all that symbols. We can logically say 5-point star is Shiva, 6-point star is Vishnu, and this kind of triangle is Divine Father, that kind of triangle is Divine Mother. But there are many things which is just the part of your intuition, some grace which you may experience and use this or that symbol in a particular situation. It's like we spoke about mudras. Here is the same. For example, you have certain person whom you wish to heal, if you heal her, and then you imagine this mystical symbol on that person. But the question is, which mystical symbol? And sometimes it just spontaneously can be whatever mystical symbol. And maybe let me repeat that all that yantras, they're source of huge energy, huge power. But how can we use it? Depend on our morality, our motivation, and it's very important to remember that we may use bija mantras, mudras, yantras, in a good, positive, and in an evil way as well. Because even in a political sense, 20th century, we have plenty of examples, like all that neo-Nazi or old-style Nazi, or communist people, or even communist people, they were atheistic. They didn't believe in God, but at the same time they use all that mystical symbols. The question is why, for what, and it means Christian saints also they use mystical symbols, but for the good purpose, and like Nazi for the bad purpose, but the symbol can be the same. You know, one of the most difficult thing about swastika, for example, okay, basically it's a Christian symbol, and we have a lot of Orthodox churches, Orthodox icons. We have many examples, like in for centuries and centuries, Christian tradition, at least Orthodox Christian tradition, use this swastika as the way of blessing. But the same symbol Hitler and his crazy guys, they use for the purpose of destruction and evil. That's good example. Why? Because it means it can be for the good and bad, and the reason how what's happened actually is our motivation. The same with the 5-point star, 6-point star, possible good and bad results can happen, good and bad, but just because of our motivation. So that means when we discuss whatever question like mudras, yantras, and bijamantras, it's like always motivation is the huge question.